Boss publicly humiliates janitor, but his hidden identity leaves the entire company speechless. What if the person you scorned held a secret that could unravel everything you know? In the gleaming lobby of Pinnacle Enterprises, where ambition pulsed like a heartbeat, a single moment ignited a firestorm of truth. The air was thick with tension, the kind that makes your skin prickle and your breath catch. Employees shuffled papers, their eyes darting toward the center of the room, where Marcus Tate, the janitor, stood gripping his mop like a lifeline. Above him, on a polished platform, stood CEO Victor Hargrove, his voice a blade slicing through the silence. "You call this clean?" Victor bellowed, holding up a smudged glass trophy from the display case. His tailored suit gleamed under the fluorescent lights, a stark contrast to Marcus's faded blue uniform. "You're a disgrace to this company. Do you even belong here?" The words landed like punches, each one laced with venom. Marcus, a black man in his late 50s, kept his gaze low, but his jaw tightened, betraying a storm beneath his calm exterior. The crowd of employees froze, their whispers fading into a suffocating hush. Marcus had worked at Pinnacle for a decade, invisible to most. He mopped floors, emptied bins, and nodded politely to the suits who barely acknowledged him. But today, Victor's rage was personal, fueled by a spilled coffee stain on his office carpet. A minor infraction turned into a public execution. The CEO's tirade grew sharper, his words dripping with disdain. "People like you," he sneered, "should know your place." The phrase hung in the air, heavy with unspoken prejudice, and a gasp rippled through the crowd. Marcus's hands trembled on the mop handle, but he said nothing. Not yet. Behind the scenes, Marcus carried a weight few could imagine. He wasn't just a janitor. Decades ago, he'd been a brilliant engineer, a pioneer in sustainable tech, whose innovations had laid the groundwork for Pinnacle's early success. But a corporate betrayal, his ideas stolen, his name erased, had left him broken, his career in ruins. He'd taken this job to survive, to watch from the shadows as the company he'd helped build soared without him. Marcus had stayed quiet, biding his time, but Victor's cruelty was the spark that ignited his resolve. As Victor continued his rant, Marcus raised his head, his eyes locking onto the CEO's. The room seemed to shrink, the air electric with anticipation. "You done?" Marcus's voice was low, steady, cutting through the noise like a knife. Victor faltered, caught off guard. The janitor stepped forward, his worn shoes scuffing the marble floor. "You think you know who belongs here?" he asked, his tone calm, but laced with steel. "Let me tell you something about this company you're so proud of." The crowd leaned in, sensing a shift. Marcus reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded, yellowed document. His hands, calloused from years of labor, unfolded it with care. "This," he said, holding it up, "is the original patent for Pinnacle's energy-efficient processor. My name's on it. Not yours. Not anyone else's." Gasps erupted. Victor's face paled, his smirk vanishing. Marcus continued, his voice rising with quiet power. "I built the foundation of this company while you were still in business school, and you dare tell me I don't belong?" The lobby was a sea of stunned faces. Employees whispered, piecing together the truth. Marcus wasn't just a janitor, was a legend, a ghost from Pinnacle's past. The document, verified later by the legal team, was undeniable proof. Victor's empire, built on stolen ideas, began to crumble in that moment. The CEO stammered, his authority unraveling as the crowd's gaze turned from awe to disgust. Marcus didn't shout or gloat. He didn't need to. His truth was louder than any tirade. But the story didn't end with Victor's humiliation. Marcus's revelation sparked a reckoning at Pinnacle. Employees began questioning the company's culture, its values, its biases. How many others had been overlooked, dismissed, or silenced because of their background? Marcus, once invisible, became a symbol of resilience. He didn't seek revenge, he sought change. He met with the board, not to reclaim his past glory, but to demand fair treatment for every worker, from the mailroom to the C-suite. His voice, once ignored, now carried weight. Victor was quietly pushed out, his legacy tainted. Pinnacle launched initiatives to address workplace discrimination, with Marcus as an advisor. He didn't want a corner office or a title. He wanted a workplace where no one felt less than human. The wooden signboard by his cleaning cart, scrawled with "Truth hides in plain sight," became a quiet monument in the lobby, a reminder of the day one man's courage exposed a company's flaws. In the end, Marcus taught Pinnacle a lesson deeper than any patent. Worth isn't measured by a title or a suit, but by the strength to stand tall against injustice. His story rippled beyond the office walls, a testament to the power of truth and the danger of underestimating those society deems lesser. The question lingered in the air, long after the crowd dispersed. Who else among us carries a hidden spark, waiting to ignite change? Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.